Hey guys, one thing I'm going to say before I continue on to the video. I do make these videos, spend a lot of time on them. Recently I haven't gotten much views on them or enough recognition from it, so I hope you guys really pay attention and watch my videos. So I do this just for fun. A lot of the time I just want to deliver news because that's something I'm interested in. So if you guys could just please just share around my videos or at least pay more attention, because I know you guys are expecting other videos, which I will get into that shortly. But if you're expecting more videos, just say on and under my description or in the comment section down below what kind of videos you are suggesting or wanting for more from my channel. I do make these updates especially for you, just to give you guys news. I hope you guys gets you more excited for the Gotham Knights game, because I'm definitely sold about it. But that's all I have for to the intro. So without further ado, let's get on to the video.
We're going to look at a short clip from one of Gotham Knight's villain crimes in a pre-alpha build.
The reveal of this game, we have some new news or stuff to go over, some really cool stuff revolving the Court of Owls. Yes, fans know from just reading some stuff from Pattrick Redding and WB Games Montreal and their team that basically the Court of Owls have a big role in the Gotham Knights story, especially between all the characters. We don't know exactly on the grand scale of how big. They've given us some sort of idea. We have a lot of stuff within the trailer that we can look at just to see how big the Court of Owls might play into, such as Batman's death, Gordon's death, and how the GCPD reacts with the Gotham Knights themselves, and how maybe that relationship is tainted, such as it's different in the Arkham games. This video may be shorter because I'm just going to get right to the chase. Before the game released, or the teasers released, or the trailer, we got the game teasers before then. We got a whole lot of symbols regarding the Court of Owls, along with some other ones that I will go over in just a second. But one was the GCPD symbol we see right here on the screen. On the screen, if we look back to the trailer, where Jim's picture is in the GCPD badge, we see an owl logo on top of the badge. Normally that logo is supposed to be an eagle representing the police department and the police commissioners and all that. But here it's an owl, so what if the Court of Owls had a hand in Gordon's death, and which is why they don't trust the Gotham Knights, the GCPD themselves? Maybe that could be possibly what happened to Batman at the end. They caught Batman off guard, found him as regular Bruce Wayne, and took him out of the equation. Many of you have probably already noticed this, or probably have already made videos on your own time, possibly by yourself, basically showing that this owl has been on the GCPD badge. But I'm going to go into depth on why I believe that this is there and what role this definitely plays in Gotham Knights, especially regarding Batman. Following the game's release, a lot of people think that Batman could still be alive in this universe, possibly becoming a Talon, or maybe becoming a part of the head Court of Owls. But no, Batman is dead. A lot of people don't believe this simple truth for many reasons. One of which is when Batman Arkham Knight was released, they introduced Arkham Knight, and everyone quickly, very quickly, figured out that Arkham Knight was indeed Jason Todd. The creators of Rocksteady have lied and said that it wasn't Jason Todd to keep the surprise going, along with WB Games Montreal's own team of Batman Arkham Origins, lying, making it seem like Black Mask was the main villain, when it turned out to be Joker the entire time. Many fans still don't believe that Batman or Bruce Wayne is alive, or Bruce Wayne is dead, but Pattrick Redding himself confirmed that he's dead. And of course, I understand where fans might be not oblivious to this fact, or oblivious to maybe believing that Batman should be dead or is still dead, but he is dead in this universe. They're trying to stem away from the Arkham games, especially how they're creating the games and how they're working with fans. And this is a whole new team at WB Games Montreal trying to do something different with the game studio and trying to stem away from that kind of atmosphere. So maybe, me personally, I believe Batman is dead. We don't know exactly for sure. That's just something I believe, and I don't think the game developers are lying about this. But the question is, how exactly will this tie into the story, which I'll go into further. A lot of fans feel this emptiness basically, or this sadness, or this, like, the universe is missing something in that sort of context because Batman is gone. That's mainly because we know nothing of this universe. Batman has always been a part of something, a part of many of everyone's childhood, especially mine, especially the Arkham games. But we know nothing about this universe. So of course we're feeling that emptiness because we don't know exactly their storylines, how they're going to come to be, what this game is basically going to offer in this. So we are really oblivious to anything, and instead of the judgmental thoughts and stuff, I think fans should be waiting and anticipating something new, because we've gotten a lot of Batman games. It's time for us to stem away from that and try to do something different, which is something that me personally I'm excited for in this future game. In this story arc, the Court of Owls could have mainly just been going after Batman because of his disruptions in Gotham City, mainly stemming from his act as vigilantism, or possibly him as Bruce Wayne and his philanthropy. So possibly they could have got him as Bruce Wayne or caught him off guard, because Bruce Wayne is much easier to catch than the Batman. Us and the characters will most likely be discovering this truth throughout the game, which I think this is much more interesting. As the characters are evolving and learning stuff about what happened to Batman, we as the players will be doing the same. Many of you who probably are wondering why I'm saying this and not delivering full actual evidence of news, it's just theories I have, and just theories and thoughts I wanted to discuss with you guys, and possibly what we could be expecting from the game. It's just my personal interest, and some other people's personal interests I hope will probably take note from this. Turning to full topic, as I said before, Court of Owls could have been embedded in GCPD the entire time, which could have taken out Batman or Bruce Wayne along with Jim Gordon, but they took out Jim Gordon first since he was an easier target to get to, and then recently had taken down Batman. Again, don't take these theories as hard evidence of basically what the story and plots and subplots will be. Just take it as theories and possible stories that could be going on in Gotham Knights, but these are just stories that I've collected on my own time and want to share out with you guys, just so you get sort of an idea, and if you're expecting, and basically what you will probably be expecting from the game. And that's something personally that I'm excited for, and I hope a lot of you are excited for too, because I'm definitely sold about this game and I cannot wait till it comes out. We've only seen two of the many possible villains that could be in the story, such as Anarchy. If we look closer into the footage of the trailer, I'll slow it down just a bit. We get to see Anarchy thugs, which I recognize from Arkham Origins, along with possibly Anarchy or another just head of the Anarchy thugs at this sort of churchyard in attacking civilians. Along with, we see Mr. Freeze as one of the side villains, or the villains with their own storyline. And from what we can tell, there's possibly going to be way more villains in this. We've just only stemmed the surface of it, but I believe that there's going to be a lot of villains with their own side storylines, which each storyline could possibly be as long as Batman Arkham Knight was. On continuation of that, possibly each Court of Owl owns their own borough of Gotham. There's 5 boroughs of Gotham, and what we can tell before, I think there's 17 districts. Wow. I think we'll have a way bigger map in any video game, possibly even bigger than the one we see in Marvel Spider-Man, because just from the RPG elements in that game, some of it is blocked off. And there may be more villains to be shown. If we take a time, or take a rewind backwards to before the game trailer was released, we look back to the cryptic teases on the screen right now. They'll switch between many symbols. A lot of them are Court of Owls, a lot of them are towns, but one right here is the head League of Assassins. That's the demon's head. We could possibly be seeing a Ra's al Ghul story in this, which would be really awesome. Ra's al Ghul could have a major part in this, especially because of the history with the Dark Knight or Batman, and also stemming from the Court of Owls and what they have with Gotham City, because they're the oldest organization in Gotham City, which the League of Assassins is the oldest league or anything to predate in history, which would be really cool. Especially this could tie into Jason Todd's storyline, which I will get into with the characters and their own storylines in just a second. Now we're gonna take one more trip backwards before we continue with the Jason Todd thing. But before the game was released, like maybe a few days or a few days, I made a video on this, but there was a tease on the redacted website that said Face 2, Two-Face. And if we look on this part of the map, this part of the map is not even shown on the trailer or anything. Even if I even slow it down just a bit, there's nothing even shown at all. So that just confirms we haven't even seen the whole grand scale of the map yet, and which excites me even more. It makes me more interested in seeing what they could offer into this game. But Two-Face could definitely be a side villain. I'm not exactly sure. Probably have more depth and storyline in this than he did in Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight, he was just like some sort of just thug trying to rob banks. But as we could tell, WB Games Montreal took a lot of time to put each character in their own storyline, which was why this game took so long to come out, and why when we see this trailer or see the gameplay footage, the graphics and everything looks really good because of just how long it took, basically. Now, I will get to the Red Hood storyline in just a second, but we are going to go over how we will play each character in this game. Each character will have their own co-op or option or solo or storyline option to play by themselves. Just like in Arkham Knight, you can have that Arkham type of experience. You don't necessarily have to be online, and in this you won't have an AI following you around, so you can play as each character by their lonesome. I think each character is going to be spread out across the city, which I thought that before even the game came out it was going to be similar, not exactly but similar to GTA 5, where you can switch between characters. But here is when you switch between each character, you will have to return back to the Belfry, which this is not fake news, this is not something I'm making up, this is something I read. You can switch between characters if you return back to the Belfry, along when you can take off your mask. I don't know if you could take off your suit yet, but you could take off your mask and you can be in the Belfry and interact with the other characters, which I think is really cool, and which is something that I'm really excited about. One thing I read, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but there is possibly a day-night cycle, which if there's a day-night cycle, that is beyond amazing. That just makes me even more excited. We only got in each Batman game, we've only had one night for each character, or of course his storyline. But if we get a day-night cycle, that just gives the story more depth, because none of this really could happen all in one night, especially how they're setting up this game. I don't think this can all be in one night. How they set up the Arkham games, possibly, yeah, because each Arkham game playthrough is only 4 hours, or 4 hours out of Batman's night all this stuff goes down, which could evidently be possible. Precisely, I think it's just the grand scale of it is a lot to happen all in one day, but I think that's where that's probably going. But Gotham Knights, man, Gotham Knights, how it's set up, it can't be all in one night. So if there is a day-night cycle, it's gonna be really cool. And like I was saying, you could switch between characters. You could play each character, and they'll have their own unique storyline. None of them will tie into the other unless it's like absolutely needed, or if you choose to. So there's always a choice. We'll go into the choice section in just now with the Red Hood storyline. If we play as Red Hood entirely, it will be really interesting to see how race will play into all of this, especially how Red Hood possibly in this universe was resurrected by Ra's al Ghul in the Lazarus Pit. So I think that from what we've read, I think this will be really a really good addition to the game. It will make the game have more depth, and I'm really excited personally, because each character again will have their own unique storyline, which probably is why this game is very well developed, and why this just is basically just how long it took. And that's something I really want to see. So that's my part on what I think about the Red Hood storyline. Now with the RPG elements, you can decide whether to turn them on and off in the settings to get that Arkham feel, which is in my opinion is really good. So you don't necessarily have to deal with the RPG elements with the health bars and everything like that. You get your own Arkham experience. I hope there isn't like you just put the dodging elements as we see right here on the screen. When they're fighting, you don't just dodge out of the way, because in the Arkham games, Batman, they really emphasize how good it is to like use the thug's power against them, which I find really awesome, especially in Arkham Knight. It was really brutal and made the game a lot more interesting, a lot more fun. Just even regular free roaming, just looking at just fighting random thugs and just like how that goes is just really awesome. So I hope that they actually keep that element. But other than that, I'm fine with the game. I'm really excited for the game, and I can't wait for the game to come out. I'm really excited. If I get any more information or along with release date or any tangible evidence about news, I will be delivering it. And yeah, also guys, tell me what you want from the channel. I know I have only been doing Gotham Knight stuff, not a lot of other stuff, but just tell me what other stuff you want me to review or any other type of videos that you want me to make in the description below. I have an idea of what you want me to make, but I just want to hear you guys' thoughts and so forth and so on. Also, I do appreciate it if you share the video around. I do spend a lot of time on this, a lot of time scripting it, a lot of time recording it, just for you guys. And also, this is just something that I love to do. Love sharing stuff. I love making and creating stuff out of creativity for you guys. And yeah, most of my videos are scripted. This right here, right now, isn't scripted, but the rest, a lot of my time is just spent scripting videos. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Tell me your theories, of course. Tell me your theories. Tell me your thoughts about what you think about this game. When I used to make videos, I used to hear a lot of people's thoughts and what they think, and now I haven't heard much. But I really hope I can hear some more stuff from you guys. So. Yeah, anyway guys, that was it for me. I hope you guys stay tuned for more videos in the future. I have some really cool stuff. It has nothing to do with news, but I have some really cool stuff coming your way, guys, so you just hang in there. But yeah, anyway guys, that was it for me. I am BOG, or Bad at Gotham. Peace out, and see you in the next one. Bye guys.